This is my Sunday update for March 6th, 2026. Again, not on Sunday, but at least I'm here. Alright, my different projects I've been doing: learning programming, learning music, learning art. Also continuing in gaming and reading books, novels, fantasy novels. Trying to keep myself grounded in those things that I love, those, reading books, playing games, gaming culture, as I'm advancing in this other stuff, so that when I get to the point where I'm creating video games, I've got a lot of influences to draw on. And I still remember what it's like, what to play a fun game, and remember what is fun about games. So I'll start with music first. I got a new Quattro. It's from George Robles. He's a guy who makes them and sells them on Etsy, and it's so much nicer than my old one. The old one has more of the original, like, Quattro style, Puerto Rican Quattro, as far as like having a violin shape, and it's got like Puerto Rican flags and stuff on it, like a lot of more traditional instruments have. This one has more of the guitar body, but the action is much better. It's just better balanced overall. Those little violin shapes right here that my other instrument had, they kind of pinched me a little. This one doesn't do that. So I've been practicing just scales, getting my finger strength up, learning the notes. So I know the note of each of these string courses, and from that I can deduce which notes are on the frets. They're a lot like piano keys, except you don't have separate fretting areas for the black keys, the sharps and the flats. They just go straight down the line. So I haven't played any songs yet, but I do have my little trusty cool pyramid shaped classic metronome here, and I started to do my scales along with the rhythm of the metronome, because a lot of instructors say you got to start learning rhythm early. So I'll post another video of my Quattro playing soon, to kind of like keep track to myself of how far I've progressed. Sometimes you just feel like you're not making progress. With my artwork, I started this book over because I got out of it for like a year, and I felt like I didn't remember the techniques it showed me. But I've done some of the warm-up exercises to help you switch modes of thinking to your right brain. You draw upside down. You draw a face and faces and vase thing. You do a bunch of exercises to trigger that right side of your brain that is more like spatial and visual and less language oriented. And I'm having good success with that. I'm really enjoying it. And it's cool when your mind flips into that mode. They call it the right side mode, or R mode in this book. Betty Edwards is the author. And it really does, like, when you're in that mode, you lose track of time. You feel like sort of at one with the drawing. You can kind of see the drawing more, the whole thing at once, instead of just like little aspects of it that you identify as like an eye or a hand or whatever. You just kind of see the lines and the way they flow together. So anyway, I've been doing that. That book's about sketching, I also want to learn about how colors work. So I got this other art book that's more of an all-inclusive thing. It starts out sketching, but it also tells you how to a little bit about colors and just drawing like animals and fantastic creatures and people. I just started that one, haven't done much with it. So far I'm to the point where it's talking about how to stay motivated and consistent in your practice and what supplies to use. Oh, also I forgot with the music thing, I'm using this. This guy's got a bunch of books about Puerto Rican cuatro. He also has a website. It's got some lessons on it, which are pretty good, I guess, for starters, but he doesn't respond to emails. His community section on his website doesn't work, so you pay for it, and then you don't even get to use all of the services on the website. But he's still putting out books. I've made comments on his YouTube videos when he launches a book, or his YouTube announcements for his books, but he doesn't respond to them, so I don't know. I'll keep using them as long as they're useful. One thing I do love about this guy is he puts out different styles of music, books for different kinds of music, not just Puerto Rican music like Ibarra music, but classical and different stuff, Christmas music. So I'm looking forward to when I learn songs and I can play songs to buying some of those other books and trying them out. I'm also using Music Theory 101. This is just like a little overview book I found at Barnes & Noble. I want to learn about how scales work and about how choosing a scale for your song makes your song sound different, happy or sad or weird or anticipatory or whatever. So that's what I'm doing there. Music, art, programming. So, let's see. With programming, my main resource is, where is it? It's called The Player's Guide. I might have talked about this in a different video. I think I did. Trying to find a cover. There it is. It's The Player's Guide by R.B. Whitaker. It walks you through how to use C# from a game development perspective, and it's really helpful. It's like perfectly paced. He's got projects in each chapter. I'm on level 10 right now. I read this book before because coming from like assembly and low-level programming initially, like when I first started learning, I had trouble understanding how object-oriented programming worked and C#, and this kind of helped me like get the gist of it. I didn't read the whole thing in detail, but I did skim over the entire book and learn how object-oriented programming worked. I also got this book from the library, but I haven't read it. It's more of like a just overview of the history of computer science and code, I guess. As far as gaming, I'm playing on my GBA, which I recently refurbished. Donkey Kong Land. You can't see the label, it's torn up, but that's what I've been playing. And Pokemon Blue, which is plugged into my Nintendo 64 right now. I posted a gameplay video about that recently. I'm going to try to post more gameplay videos just to have something cool to look back to. As far as reading novels, been reading Brandon Sanderson's Way of Kings books, Stormlight Archive. This is part 2 of the first book. This is for the book club I'm in with my brother. Second book. I like these UK editions because the artwork is really cool. Pretty cool series. He's the guy who finished Wheel of Time for Robert Jordan after he died and didn't finish the series. Pretty awesome world he's made. Right now I finished books 1 and 2. I'm doing like a novella, which is called Ed's Dancer, and then I'm going to jump into book 3. So I'm just going to keep going with this stuff. I'm also using Code Monkey, which is this, he's an online game, he's a game developer who's got a website about learning C#, learning Unity and stuff. I purchased one of his programs, but I have not gone too in depth into it because it's a pretty fast pace. I feel like I need this slower pace of like a book instead of a bunch of videos and stuff. The book is like helping me get my foundations. Then I'll jump into the more complex stuff and working with Unity. That's my update for now. I'll be back for the next Sunday update.